Hi all, this is a video on a new series which I'm making on me versus other YouTube chess video makers. In this first video I'm going to discuss a game I played against Majnu2006. The game was played in chess.com in a correspondence online chess style. Correspondence chess means that you vote for a move and then you will wait for your opponent to vote for his move, and the time limit for voting for such a move is can take up to a few days or weeks, and this means that you have a lot of time to analyze position before making a move. With what I like as well with correspondence chess is that you can tell your opponent, and he can tell you his or her ideas, so you can learn from each other during the game. And Majnu had white pieces, and I learned a thing or two from this game. It was quite helpful, and I hope Majnu also learned something from my commentary on the game. And now I hope you as well as viewer are going to learn something from this video. D4, D5. I played black with black pieces and played a semi-slav defense. And on move 6, Majnu played not the popular bishop d3 but queen c2. In this position, bishop d3 is the mainline move, where black normally replies d takes c4 and bishop takes and then b5, which is the Maran variation, a very popular variation of the semi-slav defense. Black, as you might have noticed, surrenders his d5 pawn in the center to gain space and a tempo on the queen side, as well as making place for the bishop to go to b7, and normally black opts for the c6, c5 break in this variation. Another option after bishop d3, d takes c4, bishop takes c4, is not b5 but c5. Not so popular, but played by a few times by an international grandmaster called Majnu, and I like this immediate c5 break. It's quite interesting line, and Majnu played this with quite good results for the black side. But what if black doesn't want to play d takes c4 after bishop d3? There's still another option. Bishop d6 after e4, d takes, knight takes, knight takes, bishop takes. We get a position which is the same in pawn structure as the VS Schleichnaldo game, which I analyzed in another video, and I recommend watching it if you want to learn something about such positions. It's quite a passive position for black, but then again it's very solid. But Majnu played queen c2. After bishop d6, a normal developing move, gaining control over e5, Majnu played g4, which for me was a new move, but afterwards did some research on this move, and I found out that it's called the Shirov-Shabalov Gambit, and it is played by some strong players. One of them is Kasparov. Now I had to choose if I wanted to take on g4 and go for some complications in which my opponent may know the ideas for white and I do not know the ideas for black, because just as I said, it was a new move for me, or play something else. I opted for not playing knight takes g4, though I afterwards saw it's playable. It's not a complication I wanted to play with the risk of my opponent knowing it. So I played d takes c4, bishop takes c4, e5, and I think this is the correct plan for black. g4, an action on the flank, is countered by an action in the center with e5. This is a general rule of thumb which you should learn and memorize. It often is very good to counter in the center where your opponent tries to do something on the flank. After g5, I played knight d5. It may seem that black here just gives away pawn after knight takes d5, c takes d5, bishop takes d5, or no, that's not variation, I'm sorry, bishop takes d5, c takes d5, knight takes d5, because I think after knight takes, c takes, bishop takes, you of course have queen a5, but after bishop takes, c takes, knight takes, white indeed has won a pawn, but g5 is a bit loose, and black's pieces are better coordinated, and black also has the bishop there, so I believe that black has enough compensation for the pawn. He's eventually will win it back. So after knight d5, Majnu played bishop d2. He didn't want to take on d5. He takes d4, knight takes d4, and now of course there's the option to take on g4, but if I take it now, or g5, sorry, then black has problems after 94, so I didn't play queen takes, but I castle, knowing that I can take the g5 pawn maybe later if he doesn't defend it. Played knight takes d5, I played c takes d5. If he now takes on d5, I obviously can take on g flag, but he played bishop d3, and I have to defend my h7 pawn, so I play g6, and now as we see, black has some dark square weaknesses. Those white squares are quite solid. Majnu played h4, defending his g5 pawn, and I played knight c5, an active move, which opens up the diagonal for the bishop on c8, and threatens the bishop on d3, and maybe wanting to go to e4 when it's possible. Majnu played bishop c3, and according to my database, this is a new move. f4 has been played earlier by Ratchabov in a game against Shirov, which was won by Shirov. But Majnu played bishop c3, and I thought this bishop was very annoying here on this diagonal with all the black weaknesses. One of the moves I did consider was bishop g4, preventing white from castling, when f3 isn't a move which works because I have bishop g3 check, which might be annoying for white, but after bishop g4, just something like bishop e2 is just a proper response, and that's why I didn't opt for bishop g4. I didn't saw a good advantage for black playing it. I also could have taken on d3, gaining the bishop pair, but I thought that my knight here was very strong, and that I didn't want to exchange pieces because I have an isolated pawn, and the defender of the isolated pawns are the pieces. So when you have an isolated pawn, never, or well, not never, but try to avoid trading pieces if possible, because, well, they are the defenders of your isolated pawn. So I came to the conclusion to play bishop e5. Oh, I already played that one. Okay, well, and the idea is to counter this bishop in the diagonal. White castled on the queen side. I took on d4 with this exchange in mind. Knight takes d3, queen takes d3, bishop f5, queen b3, and rook c8. And here black has a very active position, and I believe black here should have an edge. After bishop c3, we see that the pressure is mounting on the d5 pawn, so that's why I played bishop e4, defending my pawn. And after rook f1, I played bishop f3 because white will try to play f3 and try to lure away the defender of the d5 pawn. So bishop f3, rook d4, queen e7, maybe playing rook fd8, defending my pawn, rook f4, bishop e4, now f3, and just bishop f5. Now if white can't take on d5 because e3 is hanging, so rook e1. I played my rook fd2, which was one of my ideas. Now queen b4, he offered a queen trade, and well, this is almost draw if I take, because in that position it should be possible for black to exchange rooks and get in an opposite color bishop, and that should be drawn. So I thought that it would be okay to take on b4, rook takes b4, played rook d7, after rook d4 I played my rook to c4, played e4, attacking my bishop. I had to move to e6, after rook c4, take with my pawn, played rook e1, I played rook takes d1, and I offered to draw, and Majnu accepted, and this obviously must be draw because we have opposite colored bishop. And if you don't know anything about endgames, then you may think, why don't we play any further, why don't we try? But with opposite colored bishops it's very hard to win, especially when material is even. So here we decided to draw. I think the game we played has had some interesting moments. G4 was a new move for me, so I did some research on it, and I learned something about this variation, so it was quite nice, and I think it was quite a good game from both sides. We played quite well, and I hope you learned something. Take care, and hope to have you seen my next video.